So I think it was last week, it was National Grilled Cheese Day or something of that nature, and I got to thinking, what can I do different for grilled cheese? And a coworker said, Joe, how about a jalapeno popper grilled cheese sandwich? I said, sounds great to me. So here we are, a jalapeno popper grilled cheese sandwich. There is absolutely nothing healthy about this, so if you're looking for help, this is not your recipe for today. But ingredient-wise, let's go on through it and kind of show you what we're going to slap together today. First off, I got a whole block there of sharp cheddar cheese. I wanted to go sharp to give this a little bit of a bite to it. So I have a block of sharp cheddar cheese, which I grated using my grater. And I did the big side instead of the fine side so that we could have those kind of big slices right there. Jalapenos, you better believe those are in there, but these have been de-seeded and no membranes, then finely diced up. So you're gonna get that jalapeno flavor, but nowhere near the heat. You'll still get heat, but not a whole lot. We're also gonna throw some Parmesan cheese on there, and I want the garlic flavor with this too. So I wanna do some garlic powder. I don't recommend the garlic cloves minced up with this because you're not sauteing anything, and it can be a little hard to evenly disperse those minced garlic, which could be a whole lot easier just doing the powder. And just a little more flavor there is gonna be the onion powder. We're also gonna throw bacon on this. Now, you can do two things. If you want to, we can throw some bacon bits into your mixture. I'm not gonna worry about that. This is just a strip of bacon. I cut it in half and I baked it in the oven. If you have never actually baked bacon, do it in the microwave or the frying pan. If you've not baked it, you need to try that out. Just the amount of flavor you're gonna get, but also, of course, lose some of that fat too. Of course, you got the block of cream cheese, and that's just jalapenos for decoration, and some black peppers. So what we're gonna do first off is you're gonna put your whole block of cream cheese into your bowl, but you're gonna, of course, want it really, really softened up. So out of the fridge for several hours, but if you want to, put it in a bowl of hot water, or if your oven is going, because you actually can do this recipe in the oven, but you can put the block of cream cheese in the oven for a couple of minutes and it'll just really get it nice and softened up. So now we're just gonna start adding our ingredients into this. So what we're gonna do is throw in just a little bit there of our sharp cheddar cheese, and this is more of just what do you want to do with this? What flavors do you want? Do you not want to go sharp cheese? That's fine. Choose a Gouda if you like. If you don't want the garlic, not a problem. How many jalapenos do you want? That is all up to you. So we're gonna put just a little bit of, probably, that's about 4 tablespoons there of diced up jalapenos. And then we're gonna throw just a little bit of Parmesan in there too. Now all you're gonna do is stir this up. And that's why I mentioned that you really do wanna make sure that your cream cheese is softened up once you begin to make this, and have something on standby, like a knife or whatever, because in case it gets really thick, which you see there, just put it right back into the bowl, off your spatula, so that you can continue stirring. And that is really, honestly, all you have to do. Now, if you want less of the cream cheese flavor, go for it. Do, you know, a block of cream cheese, I think, is 8 ounces. Go with just, you know, maybe half the block with a little bit more of your cheddar, which I'm gonna throw in there for Ron to get there just a little bit more of that cheddar flavor. Ron just goes, all right, so I think Ron wants the cheddar in there. And then, once you have it pretty stirred up to your liking, you can see it's a pretty thick a mixture here. That's not a problem, because what you're gonna do is put it onto your spatula and then put it onto your bread. I've gone with a sourdough bread here. If you would like to go like a Texas toast, I think that will be just fine as well. I'll just say go with a nice thicker bread, something nice and sturdy, and begin just to really move my bowl out of the way. Just take your knife and begin to spread that on. Now, you can do one of two things. You can just cook it on your stove in a skillet, or if you want, you can just use your skillet on the stove to brown your bread and then put this mixture on top and then put it into the oven to really get things to melt. So what I've done here, I've actually already buttered my bread here on both sides of, just one side I should say, but both pieces of bread on one side, and then I'm gonna put it onto my griddle over here. Now when it comes to the bacon, like I mentioned earlier, you can put the bacon in your mixture if you do bacon bits, but if you really wanna get that good bacon flavor in there, let's get about 3 pieces of bacon. We'll toss that one in half. Butter side is right here. Gotta make sure that is butter side up. By the way, I'm using a sourdough bread. And then this other side here, it is already buttered too. All you're gonna do now is just open up your skillet or your griddle, whatever you have here, put it there on top. That is gonna sear that bacon but also, or not bacon, you're going to sear the bread there on top, but also you're going to get that really good butter flavor with it. If you want to vary up your heat, you can throw some pepper into your mixture as well. Also, you can vary your heat using the jalapenos. So if you want to, what you can do is go to the store and buy those candied jalapenos you see in a jar, but keep in mind, those are going to have a good bit more heat to it, easier to chop up, of course. But you're going to get that heat with it because they will have the seeds and the vinegar and such to it, or just go with that freshness there with that freshly diced up jalapeno. And that's all it's going to take. Now, what you can do towards the very end is you can grab a little bit more cheddar cheese, put it on top, and then put that also on top of the bread to have your cheese on the inside and as well as the outside. So I'm going to let this heat up. In fact, it's already heated up to 350 right now is what I'm cooking this at. Going to get a nice cook there on the outside with a warm, gooey inside. We'll serve it up, slice in half a round, coming up in a couple minutes.